Hello everyone. Welcome to this channel Jikook Universe. In this video we will discuss something interesting and definitely a shame to miss. Come on, watch until the end. The most interesting thing about BTS's latest live broadcast was how clearly Jimin and Jungkook's close relationship was evident. It wasn't just because they were together, but because Jungkook showed, without having to say it out loud, how well he knows Jimin. From the very beginning of the broadcast, when questions began to ring out for Jimin, Jungkook not only listened intently but also seemed to know exactly what Jimin was going to say. Every time Jimin spoke, Jungkook reacted with a nod, a slight smile, or a full-throated expression, as if he completely agreed with him. Jimin didn't have to say much for Jungkook to understand what he was feeling. A prime example of their closeness came when Taeyong asked Jimin how he'd been feeling lately. Jimin paused for a moment as if he was thinking carefully before answering. At the same time, Jungkook chuckled as if he felt Jimin's emotions. A little later, when Jin asked the same question, Jungkook was the first to say quietly, "He's getting sentimental." That simple statement spoke volumes. Jungkook knew Jimin was speaking from the heart with deep emotion, something that no one else had yet to realize. After that, Jimin revealed that he had just been discharged from the hospital and returned to Korea 5 days ago. Jungkook nodded slowly as if understanding how important it was to Jimin. He then said that the thing he missed the most was something very simple: lying in bed looking at his phone and letting time pass quietly. It wasn't anything big or public sensational. It was the quiet before going to bed that made him feel truly peaceful. Jungkook looked at him with a knowing expression, then nodded, enough to convey that he understood without needing to add anything. The broadcast continued, and when Jin asked how long it had been since Jimin had been discharged from the hospital, an unexpected moment occurred. Jimin and Jungkook answered in unison, "Has it been 3 weeks for us?" It wasn't something planned, but rather proof that they were thinking the same thing at the same time. A reflection of the closeness they share. Jungkook even raised his hand to count with the icons and verify the date. Jimin thought, feeling that time flies so quickly when someone experiences so many emotions with another person. He elaborated on his explanation, saying that it had only been 5 days since he'd been back in Korea, and reiterated how much he cherished the quiet time in his bed. When Jin asked if it really made him happy, Jimin answered honestly, "It was an absolute blessing." What made this live broadcast so special was how everything was conveyed not just through words, but through small actions, expressions, and connections that weren't always apparent at first glance. Jungkook was there the entire time, not just as a member of the group, but as someone who was completely focused on Jimin, listening, understanding, and responding to his emotions even before they were fully visible. Their closeness wasn't an overly romantic scene, but a genuine representation of how two people can get to know each other deeply, support each other in important moments, and stay emotionally connected. It wasn't just about the time they spent together as fellow BTS members, but also about how they understood and accompanied each other, even in silence. The most important thing about all that has happened lately is not the places they visited or the photos that were shared, but their decision to spend time together, privately and intimately, after completing their military service and before entering a new phase of their careers with BTS. This was not a coincidence. It was a conscious choice. To share experiences, to get away from the spotlight, and to enjoy being together without the pressure of the public. They traveled to several countries: Switzerland, Vietnam, New York. But what was important was not the destinations, but how they experienced the moments. They were not on promotions, not on public duty. They traveled as two people with a strong bond who wanted to spend quality time together. In Switzerland, they were seen relaxing, enjoying nature, sharing laughter and warm company. Jungkook seemed more at peace and free, showing a side of himself that is rarely seen amid the pressures of being a global artist. In Vietnam, although there was little official documentation, fans learned of their whereabouts through posts and small details. They were seen eating at restaurants, taking night walks, and spending time like a couple who just wanted to be together without having to explain themselves to anyone. They were not accompanied by bodyguards, not with other members, and not broadcasting their activities. Their trip to New York showed their growing closeness. In several fan-taken photos, they were seen talking, laughing, and even wearing the same clothes, something that many would consider a symbol of intimacy. These moments may not have been public, but they were real. They spent time together in a way that showed how much they valued each other. This quiet time became even more meaningful when a recent live broadcast confirmed that BTS is preparing for a new album and a world tour starting in March. That means a busy schedule is coming back. Rehearsals, recordings, photo shoots, interviews, and more. They know that free time will be limited. So before that happens, they choose to strengthen each other first. Sometimes, when a big change is about to happen, you need to be close to the people who really matter in your life. That's what Jimin and Jungkook did. And while not all of it was explicitly shared, their actions were enough to prove it. During that time, they filmed videos together, spent days without each other, and experienced life outside of the entertainment world. It wasn't about fulfilling obligations, it was about building something genuine. The way they share their time shows a strong connection, based on trust, closeness, and affection. Their story over the past few months carries a profound message. When two people truly care about each other, they will do their best to stay together, even if their time is limited. Amidst their demanding public lives and careers, they chose to take care of each other, enjoy the moment, and strengthen their relationship beyond the professional. Looking back at the evolution of their interactions, one thing is clear. Jimin and Jungkook's relationship is not what it used to be. Back then, their moments felt fleeting, shy, like something was being held back. Now everything has changed. Their relationship is as it is, unfiltered, unpretentious. They're not acting. They're just living what they feel. Their gestures, from their touches to their gazes, to their footsteps following each other, exude a warmth and connection that's hard to fake. The little things mean a lot. An intimacy that can't be formed instantly, especially in front of a camera. What they have is born of complete trust and deep understanding. Jimin and Jungkook aren't trying to prove anything. They don't need validation. Their actions are more than enough of a statement. For those who've followed their journey from the beginning, it's all evidence that their relationship has grown and matured. This isn't a temporary phase. It's a long road they've traveled together. And now the bond is alive, strong, and impossible to ignore. Seeing them together isn't just fun. It's a reminder that when two people truly understand each other, they don't need to hide anything. Every move, every look carries meaning. That's what makes Jimin and Jungkook's closeness so touching. Because underneath it all, there's a genuine, deep, real story. Hello everyone. Welcome to this channel Jikook Universe. In this video we will discuss something interesting and definitely a shame to miss. Come on, watch until the end.